Are we living with a ticking time bomb inside our own borders? A top national security expert is now sounding the alarm, warning that the United States is facing a risky source of terror activity that has been facilitated by our own broken immigration and vetting systems. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. The Justice Department recently announced that they have taken into custody Mohammed Bakr Saad Dawud al-Saadi, an Iraqi national and senior leader of the Iran-backed Kataib Hezbollah. This isn't just some low-level foot soldier. This is a man accused of orchestrating nearly 20 terrorist attacks across Europe, plotting strikes on Jewish institutions, and even issuing public threats against President Donald Trump and his family. The fact that he was in a position to be brought to New York to face trial is a victory for our justice system, but it raises a terrifying question. How many more people like him are already here? Laura Rise, the director of the Heritage Foundation's Border Security and Immigration Center, isn't mincing words about how we got here. According to her, the danger isn't just about open borders in the traditional sense. It's about a system that is fundamentally unwieldy and prone to catastrophic failure. We have created a, quote, all too generous social welfare and immigration system that provides endless pathways for entry. Whether it is asylum fraud, marriage fraud, or abuse of H-1B visas, Rise argues that every single benefit we offer becomes a target for those who wish to exploit our nation's kindness to do us harm. Perhaps most concerning is the failure in vetting our so-called allies. For years, the United States has had programs designed to assist those who helped our military in Iraq and Afghanistan. But Rise points out a harsh reality. In many cases, it is nearly impossible to conduct a thorough background check in these war-torn regions. We have effectively prioritized speed and volume over security, and now we are seeing the consequences. The intelligence community's threat assessments for this year and 2025 are, frankly, chilling. They specifically discuss Iran's commitment to a decades-long campaign of using surrogate networks inside the United States to strike American targets. Just look at the numbers. ICE has arrested 11 Iranian nationals illegally present in the country over the last year alone. Among them were former Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps members, a former Iranian army sniper, and even individuals already known to be terrorists. One of these men, Asif Merchant, was convicted in April for a murder-for-hire scheme aimed at committing an act of terror. When you have a history of open borders, millions of deportable aliens residing within our country, and a population of common believers for jihad, you are creating a perfect storm for domestic attacks. The analysis here is grim. Al-Saadi didn't need to be in direct contact with every cell or operative to be a threat. His ideology, his calls for jihad, and his influence act as a force multiplier. There are people already inside the U.S. who are perfectly willing to act on those beliefs, viewing Americans and Jewish institutions as targets. This is not just a policy failure. It is an existential threat to our public safety. So, where do we go from here? Rise is calling for a radical shift. We need to be incredibly choosy about who we allow into this country. We need to narrow our immigration pathways and implement the most thorough, deliberate vetting processes imaginable. We cannot continue to let the entire world use our system as a playground for fraud and terror. So what do you think about this? Do you believe the current administration's policies have made us significantly more vulnerable to these kinds of threats? And what should be the first step to securing our interior? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The reality of our national security landscape is shifting beneath our feet, and the evidence is mounting that we must regain control of our borders and our vetting protocols before a tragedy forces our hand. We will keep tracking these developments as they unfold. Thank you for watching, and stay vigilant.